Hi, and welcome to another episode of Hot Takes with me, the Silver Fox. I can't help laughing because I know what's coming. It's the last of the mainstream, sort of long form videos of the day, unless something happens. It's probably the last one of the day. And I always like to leave the last one as something to remember me by, as it were. Usually something light, if I can. Well, this one is an absolute gift. I won't be the only one, I'm sure, to have picked up on this. I may be the last one because I record these earlier in the day and then I go off and do things. So these are all scheduled releases. But this one is just a gift. It's a joy to bring this story for you. Gorgeous George Adam, who is the SNP Minister for Parliamentary Business, I think he is. He had an interview with BBC Scotland. And of course, given what's happened, they asked him about, performing government business using WhatsApp. And he made the extraordinary claim that he doesn't use WhatsApp. Not for government business. Normally you think, oh, well, all right, if he says that, we'll take him at his word. But it's very hard to believe him. And you'll see why when we have a look at this story. Trust me. Here it goes. So, SNP Minister claims he doesn't use WhatsApp for government business, as he is interviewed using the app in a car crash chat. Scottish Government Minister for Parliamentary Business George Adam took part in an embarrassing and patronising interview with BBC Scotland as he leapt to Nicola Sturgeon's defence. Now, I always say about George, and you'll see it here, this picture sums it up. I always say he's a bit of a dickhead. But that hair, the way he wears his hair like that, it looks like the dick is coming, isn't he? It's coming out the top of his head. So he really is in this case. I mean, come off it, George. Never mind. An SNP minister has been accused of being patronising and embarrassing after he took part in a car crash interview about his government's ongoing transparency scandal. And Information Minister George Adam even claimed he did not use WhatsApp for government business while being interviewed using the app. Honestly, these guys, what? Look, I'm losing the power of speech here. I always say that they are stupid. I always maintain that the SNP is filled with incredibly stupid people. But this puts stupid to a whole new level. This makes Shona Robinson look like a professor, doesn't it? She's like the professor of cunning thoughts or something. When you are so stupid that you make Shona Robinson look like a genius, you know you should have no authority whatsoever. Go stand in the corner, George. Put your little pointy hat on. The Paisley MSP was on the BBC Radio Scotland's Good Morning Scotland and was quizzed about his administration's torrid last few weeks, which has seen prominent nationalist figures admitting deleting informal messages, or as we like to call it, destroying evidence about the COVID pandemic. Nicola Sturgeon and her health advisors all admitted wiping correspondence, claiming it was policy at the time. It's since turned out that no, it particularly wasn't. Anyway, this guidance has been called into question, there we go, as the former First Minister Alex Salmond claimed he never signed off on any such policy. And Mr Adam also claimed his government believed in openness and transparency, despite these revelations. And of course, if you believe that they have openness and transparency, boy, you need help. Anyway, and the SNP minister also insisted that any complaints about the Freedom of Information system, which revolves around significant redactions and requesters being told that the information isn't available or is confidential, was actually the fault of those requesting it and not the officials tasked with looking at it. Oh, you can't see stuff that you've asked for because you've asked for it. That's his argument. He's saying you can't look at things because you want to look at things. That's his position. Mental. We previously told how the Information Commission has launched a probe, and we did that first story this morning, that was, as he suggested that no informal communications should be deleted unless there's a valid reason for doing so. And there is no valid reason. Mr Adam was also asked about this, and he said the First Minister has announced that we'll have a full review of the Scottish Government's use of digital platforms. And when you look at WhatsApp in general, one of the things the government is being strong on is the fact that it was not being used as our decision-making process, even though Liz Lloyd said it was, and we've all seen the decisions being made on WhatsApp. So, George, what kind of moron do you take people for? We are cleverer than you. Your shoe is cleverer than you. Anyway, in terms of FOIs, he added, since I've been in post, I've made sure that we've been very proactive and getting as much information as possible out there to those who have requested it. We know that's a lie. Will there be times when journalists and members of the public will be upset by not getting information? Well, it's inevitable. Yeah, every time. Because everything is redacted, everything is covered, everything is shady. You don't ever tell the truth. It's just there. Anyway, Mr Adam was then asked why he has the auto-delete function on his WhatsApps when he has just boasted about a transparent administration. And he claimed that he doesn't use WhatsApp for parliamentary business in any shape or form. Earlier, presenter Graham Stewart had said they were speaking to him via a WhatsApp call. So they're doing the interview via WhatsApp. I don't use WhatsApp. His comments were blasted by the Scottish Tories, who said it was embarrassing and telling that he was forced to admit that he automatically deletes his messages. Chairman Craig Hoy added, at the same time he insisted, presumably with a straight face, that his party and government are committed to openness and transparency. He's admitting he automatically deletes his messages and then claims in a telephone call over WhatsApp that he doesn't use WhatsApp. George, you were not thinking, were you? Because thinking is hard when you are as stupid as George Adam. Mr. Dickhead. Coming up, finishing off, rounding off this video and rounding off the day. And let's leave the moron to contemplate how utterly stupid he looks and indeed is. What a knob. Coming up. There are many in the SNP that are stupid. Most of them in the SNP are actually quite stupid. But some of them, you must put them on a pinnacle of dimness. I previously had Shona Robinson on that gold, the first place, getting the gold medal of stupidity for the SNP. I'm going to have to downgrade her to silver. And I think George has just taken the gold. Well done. Right at the last moment, George. You're getting the gold medal of sheer incompetent stupidity. Never has a man proven himself to be as dim in the face of obviousness as gorgeous George. Well done, sir. Well done. I bow to you. Thank you very much for watching. You can't make this up, can you? Thank you very much for watching. Do please hit the subscribe button, ring the bell, leave a like, leave a comment, please share the video. And until later, I'm going to go, I'm going to rest, and I'm just going to contemplate how dim these people truly are. Probably tomorrow, but I might do a few flashes later. But other than that, thanks very much and goodbye.